every weekday to spice up your mornings with relevant information, both locally and internationally, but also a few of some light moments for you to put a smile on your face as you kickstart your day. Now, this is our Good Morning Uganda agenda, and we look at a topic, an issue that is of great concern to the public. We have our guests in studios, and you're able to be part of the show by simply going on our social media platforms and sending in your question, your observation on or regarding the topic of discussion in this particular segment. Today, we are going to be looking at the parish development model. This is a new baby that government has come up with, and it was launched on Saturday, the 26th of February. That was in Kibuku district, that is Bukedia sub-region. We saw His Excellency launch this model. And joining me on set to discuss this is Srizin Kinga Mujema, who is the Commissioner, Local Councils, Development, Ministry of Local Government. And I'm honored to have a man who will throw an insight into the parish development model, knowing that is one of these numerous endeavors that government of Uganda, under the wise leadership of Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, His Excellency, has put in place to expedite, to promote wealth creation, and more so to see the huge percentage of our subsistence farmers who are depending on Chenda Chonka move to commercial agriculture. Kinga, you're most welcome to our studios.
Thank you, Robert, and good morning to you viewers. I'm glad to be here to share information about the parish development model.
Well, Kinga, when we talk about parish development model, Ugandans will say we've had a number of interventions, right from we saw wealth creation, we had what many termed as Intandikwa. Remember, then we had Chisamba Mugera. We've had youth livelihood program. There are a number of them actually. I think there are about 6 now. Emioga, mention, the list is endless actually. Even we've had individuals, the circle time, you remember, everyone was preaching, let's have formation of circles, circle government, all these initiatives. Tell us about the parish development model. What makes it unique?
Yeah, thank you, Robert. The parish development model, its unique features include the multi-sectoral approach, where government comes in a with a holistic intervention, and to create, using that strategy to create socio-economic transformation. So it's not a single sector intervention, but a number of sectors coming together and working for the transformation of our people by bringing the 39% of the households to the monetary economy, removing them from the subsistence production that they have been doing. So it is a full package where you will have you'll have production, you'll have storage and marketing. Of course, you will have infrastructure. You can't achieve the production that you need if you don't have cheap electricity, for instance. You need the energy, you need roads to have connectivity. You need the social services. You need education, you need the health. A person who is not healthy cannot produce. So that multi-sectoral approach is unique to this, because other programs have been running, but running in specific sectors. But this is a situation where the whole government approach is focusing on the parish as the center, the epicenter for delivering the transformation that we need in this country. And it's a commitment by the NRM government that we have to achieve the transformation for Ugandans. And it can best be done by taking government to the grassroots. So the presence of government through all the sectors that are participating in this program will be solid, and it will be galvanized at the parish level, so that every value addition a sector is doing, its presence must be felt at the parish level, which was not the case before.
Indeed, galvanizing efforts at the parish level. I know this is one of the bottom centers of administration, away from local council 1, then local council 2. This sounds very good, but one would wonder, how is this going to be put in place? Because I'm reliably informed, I think there are about 7 pillars that are going to be conducted. Please take us through, for the benefit of our viewer, to better understand that this is not all about money. You know, most of these programs, this is my observation, and actually even when I was watching the launch of the parish development model, speaker after speaker, I was a bit saddened, because many times I've seen our government come up with good initiatives, but what we choose to push forward is money is going to be given. Just to take you back, when His Excellency came up with the issue of credit, savings and cooperatives, the SACCOs, he said, save amongst yourselves. Let's have a pool. Then one can borrow from this pool to have meaningful capital, go and work, return. Let's have a revolving fund. When the politicians came on set, the media, it was form SACCOs, government to give you money. So people's minds ran straight to money. When I was listening to speaker after speaker, the parish development model, Pillar 4, I think, which is financial inclusion, is what was making leaps. It's what is making leaps on the social media, everywhere. Sente, forgetting the sweet other pillars, like mindset change. So let's take a look at how this is going to be achieved, so that our viewer understands that, well, there's so much good before you can rush to getting money.
Yeah, thank you. Money in PDM is the product, putting money in the pockets of people, increasing the incomes of the households, leave alone the pillar of financial inclusion, where money will be given, because that is seed that is supposed to germinate and create money. So the real money aspect under the parish development model is about increasing the household's incomes. Now, how do you achieve that? You can't achieve it by only doing financial inclusion. It has to be the 7 pillars together, processing a product, and that product will be increasing the incomes of the households. So pillar number 1 is about production, storage and marketing. So you are not getting money, and you can only get money if you have the products to sell. What are you putting on market? Now, pillar number 2 is about the infrastructure and economic services. You need roads, you need water for production, you need the electricity for you to be able to process and add add value. So, and of course, the pillar of mindset change. How do you work for achieving the target that you have? You have to know, you have to do it in a way that you know where you are going, because if you don't know where you are going, like the saying normally goes that you can't get lost if you don't know where you are going, because every route will take you there. So the mindset of being able to see the journey that you are going to walk, and where you are starting from, and where the final lap will be. So that is important, and it entails sensitization, mobilization, giving the people information and the reference materials for them to be able to prepare and walk a journey that is well focused. So that is a very instrumental pillar, because even if you got financial inclusion, if your mindset is not talking to achieving what PDM is meant to achieve, certainly those resources will be put to a direction.
And how is this mindset issue going to be dealt with? Because yes, infrastructure, that is very possible. The government, local government, you can send out a grader and all the work on the road. Creating markets, if there's what to produce, government can have friends and all this and create other avenues of watch marketing. Increasing production, yes, goods are there. But now, I mean, produce is there. This issue of pillar number 3, mindset change. It seems an uphill task, where you have people who believe for us we are waiting for money to chew. You have people who wake up every morning, and some choose the youth. You see them in trading centers. Others are drunkards. And these are the communities where you're going at parish development model. So how are you going to execute mindset change?
Yeah, that's the reason why we have governance and administration structures for parish development model. Right from the grassroots level, at parish level, you know, we have the committee of 7 persons at parish level, and including the chairperson LC2, the parish chief, the youth, the women representative, people with disabilities are represented, and the elderly. Now, their eyes have to be have to be open full time, looking at how the parish is walking this journey. Right from the beginning, they should be able to raise a red flag where things are not going well. Because before you even get to the level of qualifying for financial inclusion, there are a number of aspects, there are a number of things you should have done for you to be ready to qualify to access that money. It's not that you will come and the basket will be there for people to receive money. By the time you get to receive the money, that team should have cleared you on your preparedness to be able to put that money to right use and focused to achieve the objectives of the parish development. So those structures, of course, will be reporting from the bottom. They will come to the sub-county, from sub-county level to the district. The district will report to Parish Development Model Secretariat, and the Secretariat will report to the National Policy Committee, which is chaired by HE, the President. Yeah.
Well, all seems rosy should it be implemented, but who are the targeted audience here? Who are the targeted beneficiaries?
Yeah, the targeted beneficiaries, as I did mention from the approach, is that the 39% households who are still in subsistence should be able to benefit from this program, and those are the ones that the program is targeting, to make sure that everyone produces for commercial purposes. Everyone is able to be on the money economy. So they should be able to know and tap into their local competitive advantages. And you know, at parish level, we are talking about between 300 and 400 households. So we have leaders at that level. We have executives at LC1. We have the executive committee at LC2. We now have the PDM committee at that level, and all those are leaders within one parish. Now working together, they can even share the number of households so that a person is able to monitor on a daily basis what happens in the 10 households that he's supposed to monitor closely. You will be able to know the people who do not go to work. You will be able to know people who play cards in the morning or are drinking in bars. You will be able to identify where the problem is and make recommendations that can be effectively implemented at that level. And no one will lie to such a team that you qualify for financial inclusion when they are not seeing the direction, when they are seeing the direction you are walking is not towards achieving the objective of PDM.
One other thing that comes to my mind when you talk about the parish development model is the numbers. All parishes don't have uniform population, because you find that one parish, for example, in Kampala here, you find where one parish in Kampala, if you go to maybe the western part of Uganda, has about 3 parishes, meaning in terms of numbers. Yet when you look at these allocations, financial allocations, now looking at Pillar 4, which is financial inclusion, similar monies have been given to each parish. And one would wonder then, what is the rationale? If we are going to get, say, 100 million, a parish that has maybe 400 households, and you're coming to Kampala where a parish could have, say Nakawa, could have maybe 1,000 households. So what is the rationale here, or how are you going to handle this?
Yeah, that's why we have the pillar of the parish-based management information system. That information system will pick issues like what you're saying, the varying numbers in parishes. And of course, this intervention, as we progress, now the real data, the exact data that will be captured will inform the process, and certainly the formula should be able to put that into consideration so that it's not a one-size-fits-all arrangement. Yes.
One of the biggest challenges of government programs, however sweet they sound and sweet they are on paper, has been implementation. When I look at the parish development model, there is so much reliance on political leaders. When you look at chairman, LC2, their team, you find that these are people who were elected first as chairpersons of the village councils. Then those are the village councils sat, elected those that represent them at parish. And we know with the way we are handling our politics as a country, most when we went into multi-party dispensation, we are losing national values. And we are looking at party, winner takes it all, influence here and there. How are you going to eliminate this when there are even some parishes, I'm reliably informed, that up to date maybe do not have parish chiefs recruited?
I should begin with the recruitment of parish chiefs. Parish chiefs are in all the parishes. And the criteria for people to benefit from the parish development model is clear. It's you preparing yourself by doing A, B, C, D. And when you get there, then you qualify to request for financial inclusion, to get the resources from the parish circle. And the way the circle operates is such that it benefits the members. And there is no requirement at the time of joining the circle that you should belong to a particular party for you to be a member of the circle. Because the savings and credit cooperative organization is like doing a business, and once we start as partners, we all become directors, irrespective of the political party we subscribe to. So there's no way you can admit a person to become a member of the circle, and then you say they don't qualify to be supported under the financial inclusion pillar.
I'm looking at the element of supervision, really desiring that so and so qualifies, where we're relying so much, say, on the 7. Which 7 we are talking about here are politically elected into these offices. That is where I'm having a challenge of how are we going to ensure, one, effective reporting,
Yes.
giving us issues with the lack of bias. I'll give you an example when it came to wealth creation. That you would find sometimes Ugandans, we are myopic in our politicking, in our politics. There's a person would say, these qualify, because he knows these are voters. It actually they don't. We saw even areas where some of these things are brought in, and some chairman of tax control. You know these incidents you've been monitoring such. So here, we're not having 100% technical people that maybe are put by government. But you have about 70% reliance on this breed of leaders.
Yeah, this is where the parish development model strategy is different from the previous interventions. You know, the committee of 7, its role is more of advisory, monitoring, and supervision. But the real owners of the circle are the members of the Savings and Credit Cooperative Organization. Now, before even the 7 come in to point a finger, the owners of the resources are the members of the circle, which is different from the previous arrangement where you would use money would be coming from say the district or sub-county, and the cow is going to sign for them a check. But here is a situation where they have their money on their circle account. So I will not, none of them will allow a situation where their money goes to a person who is not prepared for financial inclusion. So there's an inbuilt mechanism that the residents of that parish who are the owners of the circle will not allow a situation where money goes to a person that will not put it to proper use. They will be able to know what you're doing, the economic activity that you're doing. They will walk there and see what you have been doing before and your capacity to grow that business of yours, or to increase the production, what you exactly need to be able to increase the production. Because that is their money, you have to put it back, and it continues, not saying that money has come from government, the district is the one giving out the money, and you will tell lies and find a way of beating the criteria to get the money. Because these people will be watching you on a daily basis and seeing what you're doing. That's where this particular intervention to achieve transformation is slightly different from the previous approaches, because it's not managed by bureaucrats. The money is with them in their circle, and no one will allow their money to be mismanaged when they are in charge.
Srizin, let's look at another very interesting bit of it. Is this going to be, does it have a particular span that maybe government is injecting these amounts of billions that is injecting? Is it going to be a continuous? Is it going to be a one-off? How long is this program expected to run?
Oh, thank you. I should mention that the parish development model is a creature of the National Development Plan 3. So the third National Development Plan recommended to have this strategic intervention that should be used as a vehicle to achieve transformation. So at the end of the NDP3, of course, reviews will be done, evaluation will have been done, and that will inform the next way forward. But it's a going concern and intervention of government until we achieve the transformation that we need.
Well, we're discussing the parish development model, a vehicle for development to ensure that we promote proper earnings of people, more so those that are in subsistence agriculture. Our desire is to ensure that we have people in commercial agriculture where they can have money. But this is also a multi-sectoral approach that government has come up with, the epitome or the main focus now being the parish. That all these programs will be emphasized at parish level. And I'm with, that is Quincy Kinga, who happens to be, that is the Commissioner, Local Councils, Development, Ministry of Local Government, with whom we are discussing this new child that was launched on the 26th of this very month. That is Saturday, to be more precise. And of course, now we are all eager. But very important is to understand the 7 pillars of this model, because I see a lot of excitement with Pillar 4, which is financial inclusion. But like it has always been, if people are not prepared, then we might lose. This brings me to preparation. When the Prime Minister was in Kibuku, I think a few days to the launch, residents reported to him about parish chiefs being absent. I said, well, we don't have, I think, a commission recruiting, and he said, let's use those of Toro District to do this for us. How prepared? Sometimes I see like government does things in a rush. Money has been allocated, so it must be spent. Then we see people eager, we are now at pillar this, at pillar this. At the end of the day, these poor peasants we are running after, like a few now are doing that went with the Youth Livelihood Fund, and you remember, they are being hunted. But when you approach these people, financial literacy, they had so much expectations, some were misled. How have we prepared the masses that are now they are eager, thinking that maybe even day 2 after launching, we are going to get money? Have we done enough groundwork?
Yeah, thank you. Preparation is ongoing and it's continuing, because the Ministry of Gender already started trainings. It has done a number of TOTs, training of trainers from the local governments, and those trainers that have been prepared are going to roll out the training up to the lowest level. But of course, following the launch, as you may have observed at the launch, His Excellency the President, among other things, launched the guidelines. So guidelines are a reference document for this program. And apart from the main guiding document, there are also documents, manuals for each of the pillars, each of the 7 pillars. And now, as the ministry implementing this and the pillar responsible ministries, we are now moving out to do intensive preparation of the community throughout the country. So what the Right Honorable PM did with the team of ministers in Bukedi is now going to happen in all the districts of Uganda, in all the sub-counties and all the parishes in this country.
Very interesting. We just hope that that will be replicated in other parishes across the country, because we believe where development is centered at a parish, trickling down effect, people's services are brought closer to them, even financial literacy and aid is closer to them, and the more we close in gaps in chains of service delivery, truly we are eliminating corruption as well. But let me have your final shots regarding the parish development model to Ugandans out there.
Yeah, my message to Ugandans is that we should embrace this strategic intervention, and it shouldn't be looked at as something that will be implemented in the business as usual way. This is a unique intervention, and it is a turnkey intervention to have the transformation that we need in this country. Each one of us has a role to play. We shouldn't say it's a government program, and for us we are going to spectate and we see how it works or fails. It only works when you have done your part, when each one of us has done their part. And no one should concentrate at looking for a failure. Everyone should perfect their role for us to be able to get the fruits of this very important strategic intervention.
I want to thank you so much. My guest this morning, that is Swesny Kinga Mujema, who has phone time for us this morning, and he's the Commissioner, Local Councils Development in the Ministry of Local Government. Thank you so much for your time. Well, our dear Ugandans, yes, this was launched. Now it is upon us to ensure that as an individual, you do all it takes to tap into this opportunity.
True.
Opportunities only come to those that are prepared.
Correct.
Your neighbor can be rich, can be a beneficiary. If you're not, no one will put a rope in your neck to push you towards that. However, now you know that there is something you can cling on to propel you from that poverty, from that peasantry situation you're in, into a commercial farmer. Services brought closer to you. How prepared are you to benefit from this? Because I've already said, every intervention government has put in place, I've seen beneficiaries tell successful stories, and I've seen lamenters lamenting their failure. Have a lovely day.